Hello, I'm Noel McNaughton. You know, by this time in your life, it's probably time for a serious tune-up, and it's a good idea to have a thorough medical at least once a year by the time you get to middle age. And I've also done some homework to come up with a number of health tips to help you stay in good shape as you get older. I'm going to talk about 2 or 3 of them here, and then of course I have a bunch more in the book. So let's get started. The first one may seem like a strange topic, but it's cell phones. Cell phones generate an electromagnetic field that can interfere with your brain's chemistry in the short term. So it's a good idea to switch your phone from one ear to the other as you're having a conversation on a cell phone. We don't know for sure what the long-term effect is, although I have read some studies by medical doctors who are concerned that by about 2030 or so, we might start to see an epidemic of brain cancer from the high use of cell phones. And of course, don't talk on your cell phone in your car, and particularly don't do any texting. And speaking of cars, another health tip is, and it's one's not talked about very much, is that you can get cancer, the sunburn, and actually skin cancer while you're driving. That might sound crazy, but the sun shining in through your driver's window and through your windshield can cause long-term damaging effects. So it's probably a good idea to wear a sunscreen while you're driving, particularly if you drive a lot and if you live in a hot climate. Now, cancer is a kind of a middle-age and on sort of a disease. There are many kinds of cancer, and it takes a comprehensive approach to it. For example, you can reduce the risk of colorectal cancer by maintaining a decent level of calcium. And calcium supplements are a good idea on a regular basis. Dairy products, of course, have calcium in them. And also some of the dark green leafy vegetables, such as kale, can help reduce the risk of colorectal cancer. In men, prostate cancer is a higher risk as we get older. And some vegetables can reduce that risk, and that would be tomatoes and tomato products, and also cruciferous vegetables such as cabbage and kale and broccoli and even Brussels sprouts, if you don't mind the taste of them. And there's another thing to watch out for at midlife, particularly if you're struggling in midlife, you're maybe having some emotional trauma, difficulty in a relationship, a divorce, been downsized, something like that, and that is alcohol. Alcohol is a depressant, and if you are already depressed, alcohol may give you a short-term kind of a lift, but it'll make it worse in the long run, and alcohol may also interfere with your sleep patterns. It also it really is a toxin in your brain, and it prevents your brain from functioning properly. You can't remember things as well. You can't learn things as well. So the key is a moderate intake of alcohol. It could be a glass or 2 of wine a week, or even per month. And there is research that shows that moderate consumption of alcohol can reduce the risk of dementia by up to 70%. But daily consumption, particularly at a high level, is very, very hard on your brain and hard on your emotions. So be careful of that. You know, we're going to get older anyway, and it really is better to be old and healthy than old and sick.